I believe that people change or seek change because for some reason they're not happy with the situation they're in. Either they believe it can be better or they believe it can be different, but in some way they're not satisfied. And that's why they look for change. And they change in many ways. I mean, basically there are two ways that people change. They either change slowly, gradually over time, and in a lot of instances they don't even realize that they're changing when that happens. Or they can change suddenly, dramatically, because of an incident that happens, a trauma that occurs, or a sudden realization or revelation. And in those cases, of course, they choose to change. And systems, I believe, change in direct response to the people who have control or influence over them. For instance, schools very often change because of legislative mandates. Either a state or a federal government passes a law that requires certain curriculum to be added or deleted, and the schools change in response. Of course, that's just one way, but they can also change because their population changes. If they're all the students are, say, military, and the military base closes and the school continues to serve the population, it will of course be a different population. So I believe that systems change because the communities change, the laws change, but basically it's the people who have influence over the system instigate the changes. Now I've come to believe what I do about changes because I've watched people change, I've watched systems change over a long period of time. One of the most dramatic things I watched was a man who changed really over a long time. I mean, it took like 30 or 40 years. He changed into a drunk. He drank all the time. And then one day he realized that he didn't realize he was changing that way. But one day he just said, if I don't stop drinking, this stuff's going to kill me. And he never drank for the rest of his life, nothing alcoholic after that. So there were two different types of change in his life, and I witnessed both of them. And I've just had a lot of experiences that have influenced my life. I had a very traumatic experience one time where somebody that I trusted betrayed that trust, and I don't trust easily anymore. These things happen, and all the experiences that you have in your life are all of a person's experiences, I think, combine to make them who and what they are at any given moment. But I think basically people choose to change. The choices that we make cause the changes that we have in our lives. And I think that has always been true. Choices decide what we're going to be like, how we're going to act, and how much and when we're going to change.